The next card you have is your current thoughts or feelings, hopes or fears, anything that helps or hinders, but this is internal. And you have the Queen of Wands, okay? And the Queen of Wands is very sensuous, somebody who is sexy, who is confident, somebody who has ferocity. So inside, if you're dating, you're feeling like this, like, yeah, baby, I'm feeling good. Maybe you're working out. Maybe you bought some new clothes. Maybe you had your hair done. Maybe you're just, I feel like they're kind of intertwined. Like you're feeling this energy because you're finally like getting a hold on the dating. Before it was like chaos, or you would date somebody and really think, hey, this is going to be a great person. And they just weren't. And you were like feeling, it was almost like a blow to you, like your own sense of self was getting damaged. And you had to kind of take a step back and go, no, I'm fine. I'm a fine, fine girl or guy. And, inside and out, and I've got a lot to offer. And so this is not me. I can't take all of this personally. And I feel like that's how you're coming into this month, and it's working, and it's building your confidence, because the Queen is somebody who's like just, their energy is just building and on fire, which is interesting because obviously you are fire, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So, this is you like just being you and being comfortable in your own skin. And that's really good. This is somebody who is gaining confidence and will continue to gain that confidence. So that's very positive. If you're looking to reconcile, I feel like it's very interesting because it's very similar. So it's like you're feeling like, hey, if we get back together, great, but I'm not putting all of my eggs in that basket anymore, because I know, and maybe you've had flirtation or somebody's flirted with you, or the minute you became single, somebody was like, hey, you're single. I've always thought you were, really cool person. Somebody has helped build you up, maybe even just friends or family. Maybe you've just realized your self-worth and what you deserve. And so you're kind of sitting here going, okay, I might listen to what you have to say. And it may have been that they decided to take a break, and it was like the grass is greener on the other side type scenario. And now they're going, wait, it's not, I like you, I want you back. And you're going, I'm on fire. Like, I'm sexy and I know it. Like, there's people out here who want me. So whatever you have to say better be good, because I can't guarantee that I'm going to, stick around for this. So I kind of feel like they better come in guns blazing and really know exactly what they want. Because somewhere along the line, even if it's just you feeling confident and you building yourself back up from things that may have torn you down, you're not willing to give up your self-worth or feel less than anymore. The next card you have, which I read for both singles and anybody looking to reconcile, is your distant past. And you have the Hermit. So over the past, couple of years, it could be as far as 10 years. And this card I always kind of briefly go over because this is something that like the universe wants you to pay attention to for the month. So some sort of good or bad that came from the past that you either need to, grab a hold on if it's good, or let go of if it's bad, and not repeat the same behaviors. Now, immediately when I see the Hermit, it screams Virgo. So it could be, another Earth, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, but Hermit always for me comes out as a very strong Virgo card, because Virgos are very present. And so this tells me that some of you may have been dealing with a Virgo in the past. This is you leaving because of some sort of confidence issue. So this could be abuse. It could even be abuse as a child that has tainted your relationships. It could be, watching a father leave a mother leave a father. For somebody, or maybe a few of you, I see like a parent leaving another parent, and like you've maybe gone through this cycle of leaving people before they could hurt you. And that's something you're working on, again, or self-confidence, some sort of, because this is you retreating and abandoning, but also gaining knowledge on a higher level. So whether you're spiritual, whether you're religious, it was like you found the peace within yourself to forgive the past and let go of the past. But you have to constantly remind yourself. And I feel like whether you're single or whether you're looking to reconcile, that's how you're coming in here kind of calm. And maybe before, in certain situations, you would have broken down or freaked out or overreacted, or if you were dating and it's crazy and chaos and people are lying to you, you'd kind of curl up into this ball or go into your own little cave. And you're not doing that. You're being calm about it. You're like, so what if there's assholes online? If you're looking to reconcile, it's the same kind of thing. You're like, I won't go back here, whether it was a partner that was abusive, a parent that was abusive, you know, whether it was just somebody who made you feel less than. Some of you literally had to retreat. You literally had to get the heck out of Dodge and get out of that situation. And you may have repeated those behaviors over the past few years. And now you're kind of been able to get over it. So the Hermit is saying, remember what you've learned. Remember the wisdom you've gained. Remember how far you've come. You don't ever have to go back there, but don't forget that you've come this far and what you're capable of. The next card you have is your most recent past. So over the past few weeks, and you have the King of Swords. You have some very authoritative figures here, and then a major arcana. So that's very interesting because you have the King, the Queen, and the King, and you have two major arcana. So the King of Swords is somebody who is intellectual. So if you're single, you're being fair. You're being fair, you're doing this, you're listening, but you're being fair to yourself and you're being fair to other people. So really, some of you have had kind of a crazy time and you're almost letting it get to you and you're almost like, that's it, I'm not going to date, I give up. And you may even still have a little bit of that feeling, but now you're coming into November feeling sexier or more confident. Again, it could be maybe you've just had a really good support system. Maybe you've, changed something about yourself, worked out, had a lifestyle change. It could just be that you got some mental clarity and finally, started figuring out what the heck it was you wanted, and it was okay to focus on that. And then the King here, the King of Swords, is saying, okay, you're being fair, but you're looking for the truth. This is somebody who recognizes when somebody's being truthful to them. This is very instinctual. So you're paying attention to those signs as we were talking about, and you're seeing them clearly. It's not like you're paranoid and creating situations. Like, you're looking at what's in front of you and you're judging it based on, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it must be a duck type situation. So you're not going out assuming everybody's BSing you or everybody loves you. You're going out looking at every situation and being very fair about it. If you're looking to reconcile, you are looking for the truth. So I think, like I said, this person, I think that they came back in, or they're going to come back in this month, or they're about to come back in. Maybe they've been texting you. Maybe you just have that feeling that they're going to come, and you're kind of like, okay, you better bring it. Like, I want to hear it. You tell me what's going on. You tell me the truth. I'm smart. You're smart. I was born at night, but I was not born last night. And I want the truth. And I feel like you also are going to know if you're being BS'd. And if you are, like, it's a no-go because you're feeling like this. You're like, you know what? And I really feel like somebody maybe approached you after hearing you broke up, or all of a sudden you're getting attention, or not that you weren't getting attention, Leo, but that you're noticing attention from the opposite sex or same sex, whatever floats your boat. But you see that, right? You're paying attention, and now you're kind of like, hey, there are people out there who want me and aren't going to treat me like an idiot, aren't going to break me down. So whatever you bring in, X, you better bring it, because this night's ready to cut you off for good if you don't start paying attention. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next few months into the end of the year. And you have the Emperor. Once again, you have all these core cards. I mean, literally, core cards and then two major arcanas, which is amazing. So you have the Emperor, strong, structured, traditional. So this, over the next few months, this tells me if you're single, you're going to find what you want. And I think for a lot of you, it is some sort of traditional, you are on the path to get married, have kids, have a family, if that's what you want. I mean, your idea could be, hey, I want a travel partner to go buy, a piece of a private island and live there forever with a dog. Like, whatever you want, this is saying you're on track to get what you want. The Emperor is saying there's a structure here. You will move about the structure. It's like a game of chess, right? You're going to start moving. The pieces are going to start moving. And then the universe is going to kind of come in and guide everywhere where it needs to be until you get checkmate, which is so strange. I didn't even notice that. There's like a board, a chessboard. So, that must have been like subconsciously, maybe because I've seen the card 100 times, but that's a really good card. Leo, this says it's not going to be, you're going to feel this like sexy creative vibe, right? But you're going to keep it very like in a line. Like, you're ready to make certain moves, but they're going to be strategic, is the best way to say. You're not taking any major chances, but if you need to take a risk, you will. If you're looking to reconcile, this says over the next few months that you're almost going to play like the authoritative person. So you have the control in the situation. If this person comes back or if you're in contact with them now and you feel like they're being real with you and they start showing you changes, right? Because going along with what I said here to the people who are single, you're paying attention to what they're showing you versus what they're telling you. If they tell you, you're going to make the decision. This Emperor is basically saying the choice is yours. Like, it's literally in your hands. If you 100% want to get back together with them and they build you up and you see the changes, then you will make that decision to do so. If you don't, then you'll make the decision not to do so. The next card you have is your immediate future. So over the next few weeks throughout November, and you have the Devil. And the Devil sometimes makes people nervous, but it shouldn't, because this says that over the next few weeks, you're going to need to just be careful. Now, if you're single, this says watch out for anybody who shows like jealous tendencies. Look out for like addiction, vices. People who say, oh, I only drink once in a while, and then like every time you hang out with them, you guys are drinking, or they want to drink, or somebody who pops a lot of pills. So just be careful of the Devil. And also with yourself, like for some reason, diet pills ring out. So just be careful if you are making changes of some sort that you're not overdoing it. It could be like not eating enough or overeating, but the Devil usually so the Devil would make me nervous if I saw like the 10 of Swords or the 9 of Swords. I would start thinking there was like some sort of deep depression, but the Devil's kind of like what you need to avoid. So if you're single, this is saying, look, because you're paying attention and you're listening, you're going to start seeing these people and you might see a plethora of them. And I've met people like in my area, opioids or pills and stuff are huge. And I mean, I would talk to people who like took like 6 pills a day and whatever. So you just got to watch out and be careful and look out for you, because I think you're going to be tested. Like, you're going to be tested, and you've got to make sure that you don't do this, that you don't like curl into a ball and crawl into a cave and disappear, because the testing just makes you stronger. So just make sure you're paying attention to that. If you're looking to reconcile, this person who was telling you little white lies or who wasn't honest with you or whatever was going on here, the Devil says changes have not been made. So again, this is general. You always have to remember that. And so I'm going to get an email from somebody saying, you're wrong. They called me. They love me. They made changes. Good for you. Remember, you're made up of other signs too, your moon and ascendant. So there's going to be different scenarios, but this card right here would tell me that if you come down to the choice over the future, the choice may be no, because there's something going on here, whether it's gambling, addictions, jealousy, and also watch this. And for singles too, watch jealousy, because there might be somebody who starts showing some sort of jealous tendencies, whether it's your ex. If you're looking to reconcile, they might get a little like jealous crazy. And if you're single, maybe somebody that you're like, hey, it's not going to work, all of a sudden gets a little jealous or gets a little weird, because sometimes it's like they can't handle the rejection. Like, what? You don't want me? And it can become kind of crazy. So just be careful of the devil. Like I said, I'm not too nervous here, but as I keep pointing out, you have all of these courtship cards and then major arcana. So very interesting read, Leo, but very positive. All right, so this is any future external factors. So anything tangible that's going to come up throughout the month of November. So it could be the beginning, middle, end. It could be one day or it could last for a week. And you have the Six of Coins or Pentacles. And this is about somebody who's going to feel very content. So if you're single, this is you feeling like you're in a good space. This is also about charity, being very generous. And so I think that if you are single, if you do meet people that you're interested in, you're going to be very generous with them. And not financially, you're going to be very generous in the fact that you're going to like lay it on the table. No secrets, no games. And if they give you, you're going to be paying such close attention that, let's say they really give you a good vibe that they like you and all the signs are there, you're going to be generous with your heart. Not that you're going to be like, oh, I love you, or let's get married tomorrow, but you're not going to be like closed up or this, like brick wall that they have to take down piece by piece. You're going to feel kind of an overwhelming want to share who you are with somebody. And that's going to be really important because right now in the dating, there's this, I wish I could remember her name and I don't even know that I could plug her on here anyways, but there's this girl and she does these funny parodies and, she's gorgeous and she does these funny parodies about online dating. And she's like, so, we're all here to meet people, right? But I don't want you to think that I actually like you as much as I like you, because then you would know that I actually like you. And she does this whole thing and it's funny. And that's kind of how I feel like maybe you're feeling like, okay, I'm just going to go for it. Like, why am I holding back? The worst case scenario is they say no and we're dating. That's the whole point of this. So somewhere in here, Leo, you're going to feel like content with yourself enough to know that if you want to get to know somebody, you're not going to be shy about saying, hey, I think we really connect and I want to get to know you better. If you're looking to reconcile, you're also going to be generous, but this is going to be generous in even having the conversation with this person. So I really feel like you're going to hear from them here soon and you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to be really generous with you right now. And you might even go further in talking to them than you thought you could. Because again, I think you're coming into the situation a lot more calm. And because you're feeling more content with yourself in the situation, and you know that you could be at peace whether it continues or not, you're going to feel like, okay, I might give you another chance and I might not. But if you do, I hate to say it, but it's almost going to feel like you're being generous, like you're being charitable to them. And if that's how you feel, it's probably not a good fit. The next card you have is any internal factors throughout the month of November. So that could be beginning, middle, end. Again, it could last a day, it could last 10. And you have the Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles. And again, these court cards. This is the only card that's not a court card or an arcana, major arcana. It is very interesting though, because you do have a lot of different signs here. There isn't one sign except for the Virgo from the past that sticks out here. But the Queen of Pentacles is very interesting too, because she's also very generous. So inside and out, you're going to be feeling very generous. If you're single, this is you being practical. Again, you're being very practical with these court cards. You're being sincere, but you're not being overly crazy with your expectations, but you're also behaving as somebody who's rational and thinking things through, but you're excited. This is kind of like very nurturing, loving. These two are very loving people. And maybe, Leo, you haven't felt very loving in a long time, and you're finally feeling very loving because you're loving yourself. Somewhere in here, something's clicking and changing, and you're loving yourself, and you can't love anybody else or get the love you want in return if you don't love yourself. This is also about parents. So some of you maybe are dreaming about having kids, and you realize, you got to play the dating game and play it well to meet somebody that you'd actually want to be with. You also may have kids, and that may be, another reason you're being so practical about everything, because that's so important. because you have kids and you have to pay attention to them. You may just be feeling that overwhelming feeling of love and contentedness right now. And that's a really good place to be if you're wanting to date. Okay, so if you're looking to reconcile, this is maternal and nurturing as well. So you may find out that this person who's been lying to you has some sort of problem, has an addiction, has a vice, something that you were not aware of. And maybe they need to get help, and maybe you're going to help them. Now, maybe you're not going to get back together with them. Maybe it's something you can't do, but you may be doing some nurturing for them. There also may be situations where you guys had kids in the same household, maybe not kids together, or maybe kids together, and you're spending extra time with your kids. Or even though you're not back together with that person, you cared about their kids, and so you're still playing that maternal type role, maternal or paternal role to, their kids. Like, even though you can't stand them right now, you never want their kids to feel like it had anything to do with them, and your kids as well.